for supporting us. We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. Let's go back to the southern border and the crisis there. The latest coming from Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, who testified on Capitol Hill yesterday, not giving a definitive answer about where the 85,000 unaccompanied migrant children have gone since they crossed the border and completely disappeared. Let's listen.
Every week, I get briefed by my team, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, on this situation with the unaccompanied migrant kids and where we stand. I've never heard that number of 85,000. I don't know where it comes from. Okay. And so I can't attest. I would say it doesn't sound at all to be realistic.
All right, for reaction, let's welcome in former Acting Customs Border Protection Commissioner and Senior Law Enforcement Analyst Mark Morgan back with us. Mark, good morning. Good to see you. My reaction exactly. The numbers came from the Border Patrol, by the way. So 85,000 children have crossed the border and have totally disappeared. Where'd they go?
Rob, it's even worse than that. Look, once again, we have a secretary that is either incompetent or lying to Congress and American people. You know where we got the number? From his own department. Representative Annie Biggs last year asked them this very question, and HHS own employees responded that from January of 21 to January of 22, that they had lost track of up to 20% of the unaccompanied minors that had flowed into this country illegally. And right now, in the first 25 months, that total number is over 350,000 unaccompanied minors. So it came from his own department. So it's unconscionable. And Rob, what's very important here is this is why we've been asking Congress for a very long time to fix a horrific law. It's called TVPRA, the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, which was designed to prevent trafficking, and it's had just the opposite effect, especially under this administration. Yeah. What it says is, if you're from Mexico or Canada and you're an unaccompanied minor and you haven't been trafficked, we reunite you with your families. If you're an unaccompanied minor from the entire rest of the world, we keep you and put you in the system and treat you as an adult. It makes no sense, and it's actually led to more trafficking. And this is why we've been pleading with Congress, and we're hoping to see something come out of the Judiciary Committee that's actually going to fix TVPRA.
Mark, so if I'm at home right now, I'm scratching my head saying to myself, wow, since Joe Biden took office, 85,000, that's a mid-sized city, have crossed the border, and now no one knows where they are. We're talking about kids, people under the age of 18. Just quickly, where have they gone? Are they in sex trafficking now? Where did they go?
Yes, that's the fear. And I want to make sure your listeners know it's the number of unaccompanied minors is 350,000 that have crossed the border. They've lost track of 85,000. That's a very key number. And here's what happens is when they release them to a sponsor, which, by the way, Rob, there is no vetting. They basically do a criminal once and warrants check. If they come back and they're not a convicted murderer or pedophile, they release them to the sponsor, and they release them to a home that they've never visited. They have no idea who else is in the home. And you know what their definition of following up is? They do a phone call 30 days afterwards.
My goodness.
That's it.
And it's the worst it's ever been down there, Mark. We've talked about this for more than 2 years. So Antony Blinken was on Capitol Hill yesterday testifying about the crisis at the border. He was asked about fentanyl. This answer to me, America last, everybody else first, sums up the Biden administration in one clean sentence. Take a listen.
Do you agree with the following statement, that fentanyl coming from Mexico is killing Americans by the tens of thousands?
It is, and it's also killing Mexicans.
Yeah, well, do you agree it's now time to change our policy because it's not working, or do you think it is working?
I think that, Senator, first of all, you're exactly right about the insecurity in Mexico. As I said, the Mexican people themselves are the #1 victims of that insecurity. The Mexican government.
Are more Mexicans dying of fentanyl poisoning than Americans?
Currently, no, but it's a growing problem.
So how many have died in Mexico?
Mark, it is, but it's also killing Mexicans. He's the Secretary of State for the United States. We've only got about 15 seconds left, but have you ever heard a more America last statement than that? 100,000 people died last year of fentanyl in the U.S. alone, and he's worried about the Mexicans.
Rob, you said it best. I couldn't have said it better. But this is this administration's whole platform, right? It's not America first. It's everybody else. That's why we've had millions and millions of illegal aliens enter this country. And that's why we've literally handed operational control of the border, because it's America last, it's everybody else first.
Yeah, great point, Mark. Great having you back. We'll do it again soon. 300 overdoses a day, meaning before the day is done today, 300, that's a jumbo jet. 300 people will die from overdoses on fentanyl today alone. And that was the Secretary of State's response. Mark Morgan, thank you very much. We appreciate you breaking that down for us.